and 6. 11th play of this drive. Elway barks the signals, goes back to throw. Now looks to take off and run. Elway inside the 10 and dives over the 5-yard line.
What a great play. Great play by John Elway. Just phenomenal.
It's the week of the big game. Super Bowl 58 is coming up this Sunday, February 11th, between the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. So I figured, why not go back and look at the top 3 greatest plays in Super Bowl history. Let's have some fun. Roll the tape. The third greatest play in Super Bowl history on my list originates from Super Bowl 34, a game played between the Tennessee Titans and the St. Louis Rams on January 30th, 2000. The Rams edged out the Titans 23-16 in a game that is coined as the longest yard or the tackle. And I'll get into the play in 1 second, but leading up to that, the Titans trail by 16-0 in the beginning of the third quarter, and Steve Air McNair and company, Frank Wycheck, Eddie George, they were able to bring it back to take the lead. And they were the first team, they would have been the first team to overcome a 10-plus point deficit and win a Super Bowl. The first team they would have become, but it came down to a game of inches. So on the final drive, 1:48 left, from his own 12-yard line, Steve McNair and company charge down the field. 22 seconds left at this point. They're almost in the red zone. McNair rolls to the right, evading tacklers, almost gets sacked, but releases one off balance to Kevin Dyson to get the first down, keep the chains moving. They quickly call a timeout. Head coach Jeff Fisher does with 6 seconds left. Steve McNair drops back, looks, throws right over the middle, a dart to Kevin Dyson. He's 4 yards out, but St. Louis Rams linebacker Mike Jones saves the day with a game-saving tackle as Dyson reaches the ball over, but is a yard short, and the Rams hoist a Lombardi trophy for Dick Vermeil and the city of St. Louis. Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, the rookie who gave the Rams the go-ahead lead after the Titans took the lead themselves in that fourth quarter, and he had a 73-yard burst for a touchdown. And Ricky Prohl was also instrumental, Marshall Faulk obviously, and the St. Louis Rams were able to beat the Titans in a nail-biter on the greatest play, or the third greatest play in Super Bowl history. The second greatest play in Super Bowl history on my list happened on February 1st, 2009 in Super Bowl 43, a classic clash between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Arizona Cardinals, in which the Steelers narrowly defeated them 27-23 going into the game. Arizona had the longest drought in NFL history without an NFL championship. 1947 was the last time they won a title. And in this one, some more history between the two teams. 1944, they were known as Card Pit. They unified as one team due to World War II going on at the time. But in this one, you had second-year head coach Mike Tomlin and Big Ben Roethlisberger in his 5th season under center. On the other side, for Arizona, you had head coach Ken Wisenhunt and assistant head coach Russ Grimm, who both held positions with the Steelers in 2006 when they won the Super Bowl. Wisenhunt was the OC. Grimm was also the assistant head coach. This time, they wanted vengeance against their former team. Kurt Warner under center, an aging Kurt Warner, Edgerrin James, Anquan Bolden, Larry Fitz, Steve Breston. They had a unit. And so did the Steelers. Hines Ward, Nate Washington, obviously Santonio Holmes, who was the hero in this game. 20-7, the Cardinals trailed at the start of the fourth quarter. 23-20, they came back to take the lead after forcing Big Ben, or after getting a safety on the Steelers. The Cardinals did. Larry Fitz had a 60-something yard touchdown to take the lead 23-20. They battled back, but the Steelers were not done from their own 10-yard line. 1st and 20, 2:24 to go in the game. Big Ben worked the field with Santonio Holmes. 4 receptions for 73 yards on that drive. 131 yards is what Holmes finished with. Good for Super Bowl MVP as well. Then, on the final play of the game, 43 seconds to go, 2nd and goal, Big Ben takes the snap, looks, gets pressured, throws a dart to the end zone to Santonio Holmes. for the touchdown over Ralph Brown's outstretched hands, a toe tap grab for Holmes, and that could be considered the greatest catch in Super Bowl history of all time, for sure. And the Steelers were able to get it done. Big Ben, calm, cool, and collected, did it for the Steelers in one of the best Super Bowls of my lifetime, for sure. The number one greatest play in Super Bowl history on my list happened on February 3rd, 2008 in Super Bowl 42, in which the New York Giants pulled off an improbable victory over the New England Patriots 17-14. Before I get to the play, heading into that Super Bowl, the Patriots were 18-0, going for the perfect season for the first time since the Dolphins did it in 1972. And the Patriots in that one were 12-point favorites to win the Super Bowl. The Giants, wild card team, took the league by storm through the playoffs. In Week 17, Tom Coughlin, the head coach for the Giants, elected not to sit his starters. He played all of the starters against the Patriots and barely lost that one 38-35. That was the spark that Big Blue needed to know that they can beat the juggernaut. It was the perfect storm for the Giants, but it wasn't going to be easy. Tom Brady, MVP season in 2007. He threw 50 touchdown passes. The Patriots offense was averaging 36.8 yards per game. They had Dante Stallworth, Wes Welker, and Randy Moss, whom they got from mere draft picks. And it was going to be a tough task to beat Brady and the Patriots, but the Giants were able to do it with Eli Manning having all the doubts against him. 54% completion percentage, 73.4 passer rating. Up until that point, through his first 3 seasons, first overall pick, people doubted if Eli could do it, and then he did it. In the fourth quarter, with 1:15 left from their own 44-yard line facing a 3rd and 5, Manning took the snap, dropped back, facing pressure from Adalius Thomas, got out of that, evaded that, Jarvis Green and Richard Seymour grabbing at his jersey. The ref about to blow the whistle, but Manning breaks free, heaves a bomb down the field for a 32-yard reception by David Tyree on the helmet, pins the ball to the helmet, jumped up and out-jumped Rodney Harrison, one of the best safeties in the league on New England at the time, and came down with the grab. Then after that, the Giants would face a 3rd and 11, and Eli found Steve Smith, not the one that you know from the Carolina Panthers, but the other Steve Smith, wide open on 3rd and 11 to continue the drive and keep it alive for the first down. And then he found Plaxico Burress in the left side of the end zone for the win. The most improbable win in Super Bowl history, I'd say. Tom Coughlin and the Giants beating Bill Belichick and Tom Brady and that perfect season and bringing that to a halt.